In this video, I want to help you eliminate buffering. I'm going to share with you all my tips so that by the end of this video, you will have all the knowledge to eliminate buffering forever. Hello viewers, my name is Stu and welcome to the Stu's Tech Time channel, where we do tech reviews, give you tips for your tech, show you new tech and also some streaming apps. If that sounds like a channel that you would like, then consider subscribing and clicking the bell, and then you'll be notified when I post a new video. Or if you think notifications are annoying, then visit your subscription tab every time you start up the YouTube app, and if you're subscribed, you'll find all my latest videos there. So this isn't your normal run-of-the-mill video where we check our settings on our device and tweak a few things. No, I've already done that, and if you want to watch that video, click the little I at the top right-hand corner of the screen and you'll see a rather old but still relevant video from a Clarence Beeks who will guide you on your way. Now this video tackles one of the two biggest causes of buffering, which is your Wi-Fi. The other biggest cause is being connected to an overcrowded server, and if you're connected to one of those, then there really isn't anything you can do about it other than click another link or just wait it out. I mean, think of it as being stuck in rush hour traffic or trying to alight a train at a very busy platform. You basically move very slowly or not at all. No, in this video I will show you lots of tips on how to improve your Wi-Fi to a point where buffering is a thing of the past. So let's not waste any more time and let's delve right into it. Not all rooms and spaces are created equal. The fact is, where you place your router can affect your wireless coverage. It may seem logical to have the router inside a cabinet or out of the way or right by the window where your cable comes in, but that's not always the case. Rather than relegating to a far end of your room, the router should be in the centre of your house if possible, so a signal can reach as far as possible. Makes sense. Also, wireless routers need open spaces away from walls and obstructions, which I'm very guilty of doing myself because sometimes it's unavoidable. So while it's tempting to put your aesthetically pleasing object in a cabinet or behind a bunch of books, you'll get a much better signal if it's surrounded by open air, which can also help to keep your router from overheating too. Also, in my research it says that you should keep it away from heavy duty appliances such as TVs, since running those in proximity can impact Wi-Fi performance, but in my tests I found it had no or very little effect, so that's maybe one you should take with a pinch of salt, who knows. If your router has an external antennae, orient them vertically to bump up coverage. It also helps to elevate your router, mount it high in the wall or on top of a shelf to get a better signal rather than sitting on the floor. Bottom line, don't stick your router in the cupboard under the stairs. Right, next one's a simple one. Keep your network secure. Simple as that. Make sure you have a password for your router, and especially change your password from time to time, and definitely change it from the default password that comes with your router. You might not believe this, but your neighbours or people nearby may want to steal your internet connection, and they'll piggyback off your internet connection because they don't want to spend money on their own Wi-Fi. So make sure you lock it down with a good network password and enable password protection to stop other people using your internet. Simples. Alright, next we're going to be talking about QoS, or controlling your bandwidth applications. Right, there are certain applications that will use a lot of bandwidth, well, making it difficult for everyone in your home to get a strong internet connection. Think 4K Netflix, online gaming, video chats, things like that will use a lot of your bandwidth. Now, these should be put in order of quality of service, or QoS. These will help you prioritize applications so the most important apps get the most bandwidth, therefore providing a better experience. Most modern routers come with quality of service tools to limit the amount of bandwidths that apps use, like the network menu that you can see on screen now. For example, you could use QoS to prioritize video calls over file downloads. That way your Skype call from your boss won't drop because someone else is grabbing a big file from Dropbox. Now, yeah, the file will take longer, but at least your Skype call won't drop. Now, some QoS settings even allow you to prioritize different apps at different times of the day, which can be very useful. QoS settings can typically be found under the advanced settings in the network's administrator interface. Now, some routers may even make it easier by offering a one-click multimedia or gaming settings, so you know these applications will be prioritized, so it's well worth having a look at your router's instruction manual. Well, if they still come with instruction manuals, that is. Right, this is another simple one which can make a huge, big difference. Set a reboot schedule. Now, what is that? Well, if you find you're always having to turn your router on and off again because it's not working, and that's basically how you fix it, then we'll set it to an automatic reboot schedule. So you put it in a timer to reboot when you're normally not using the internet, i.e. when you're sleeping. This way it will reboot on its own and you won't have to worry about your internet connection being interrupted again. Simple. Right, what is your frequency? This one is a little bit more technical, but well worth pursuing. Right, take a look at your network administration interface and make sure you have it configured for optimum performance. What does that mean? Exactly, right. I'm going to explain everything, don't worry. Well, if you've got a dual band router, which if it's a new one you will likely have, you'll definitely get better speeds switching to 5 GHz band instead of using the more common 2.4 older gigahertz band. Now, not only does 5 GHz offer faster speeds, but you'll likely encounter less interference from other wireless networks and devices, because the 5 GHz frequency is not as commonly used, especially by other gadgets in your room, house. One downside about 5 GHz is that it doesn't handle obstructions very well, which is basically walls, especially thick walls. It doesn't handle distances very well as 2.4 either. But most modern dual band routers should offer you the option to use the same network name or SSID on both bands. Now you need to check your router's administration interface, look for the 5 GHz network option and give it the same SSID and password as your 2.4 GHz network. That way your devices will automatically choose the best signal whenever they can. Now if your router doesn't support this option, just use the same SSID name and just give it 5 GHz at the end of it, and then you just connect to it whenever manually possible. Now, what does SSID stand for? Well, it stands for Service Set Identifier. Under the IEEE 802.11 wireless networking standard, which I'm sure you're all aware of, a service set refers to a collection of wireless networking devices with the same parameters. So, the SSID is the identifier, the name of the network. That tells you which service set or network to join. So basically, SSID is really just a technical term for your wireless network's name. Perhaps your router just needs an update. Router manufacturers are always tweaking software to eke out a bit more speed. Now, how easy or hard it is to upgrade your firmware depends entirely on your device, the manufacturer and the model. Now, most current routers have the update process built right in, which basically means you just sign into your administration interface and you just simply click update. Very straightforward. Now, older models still require you to go into the manufacturer's website, download a firmware file from the router support page and upload it to the administration interface. Now, this is extremely tedious, but certainly still a good thing to do. But to be honest, if your router still requires you to do this, then it's probably time for an upgrade anyway. To be honest, even if your wireless network isn't ailing, you should still make it a point of order to visit your administration interface and check that there's any updates, because these updates are very important for security updates, and it also just makes your device run that bit smoother. This is similar to QoS but a bit more basic. So if you've got a large family, chances are your network is being used triple time. Am I right? Yeah, it certainly is in my household. So when you're having an event or one of your kids are having a study session or a birthday party, anyway, if there's loads of adults or kids in your house that's not usually there, well, that's an additional use of your Wi-Fi. So this may cause your network to become overloaded and devices will disconnect. Does that sound familiar? Yeah. One way to ease this problem is to take some devices off the network that you aren't using. So just look in your network settings on your router. And well, how do you do that? Well, most typically is type in 192.168.0.1 on your favorite web browser. And you may have to put in your username and your password, which if it isn't printed and underneath your router, it's typically admin and admin. Hello viewers. Right, if you're seeing this, the video has ran too long and I'm going to make it into 2 videos. So this is part 1 and you'll see part 2 very shortly, but it'll be a separate video and you'll probably see me speaking a bit like this in that video. So see you then.